welcome back to Donuts in Space and part 3 of the Classic Plastic 101 celebration group build hosted by Kenny May. Not sure whether I've said this or not, but thank you anyway, Kenny, for hosting this group build. It is much appreciated. So here we go, part 3. So what we're doing this time around is we're just going to work on the chassis. Now, the one thing I have noticed with this one in particular is that it is different to the Revell kit, because with the Revell kit you had basically the chassis itself, and then you had the interior which glues down on top of that. Whereas this is all in one, which makes it a little bit better. The only thing that I'm not too enamoured about, actually, to be fair, are the amount of injector pin marks on the bottom. I guess it's better than having them on the top. And the other problem is the fact that because they're in such crazy locations, it's very difficult to actually get in there and get rid of those, to be quite honest. Some of these ones around here I don't think are going to be seen, to be fair, because you've got all of the sort of steering linkage and whatnot that go in there. These ones here will be visible. These ones here won't be visible. The ones in the wheelbase will be, and more than likely those two there. So I think I'm going to need to try and see if we can get rid of those. It's difficult to tell with these whether they're actually raised or not. I don't think they are, but in some ways they feel like they are. Yeah, a bit of a pain in the backside, that, really. I think what I'm going to have to do is try and get rid of those as best as I can, to be fair. But I think because of the nature of them and where they are, I don't think, to be fair, that we're going to be able to get rid of too many of them. Or if we can, hopefully we can just make them look a little bit better, and maybe not so blooming obvious as they are. So with this is just going to be painted in a flat black. On this side, this particular part here is going to be painted in a black rubber, and then obviously we will put a clear coat over the top of that. This part from kind of here really all the way back, I'm just going to paint in white so it matches the rest of the inside of the body. I think because the roof of the van is in white, and I've done the inside of the van in white, I'll just do this in white as well. This particular part fits on to the back here, so that will be done in the white as well. This is basically just an engine part. We've got the dashboard here, again that's going to be done in white. Not sure what colour I'm going to do the seats, actually. I don't know whether I'm going to do those in white or black, actually. I'll more than likely do those in black, actually, to be fair. I think that might be the best way around it. But yeah, there's not really a great deal to this particular part itself, really. We do have the steering and everything, but at the moment I'm just going to concentrate on getting this particular part done. I'm trying to get rid of all of these stupid injector pin marks. And once that's all painted, we'll then be able to go on to doing the underside, getting the axles, etc., steering, and the engine sorted out. This is the pitiful excuse of an engine that you do get in the van. So it's again unlike the Revell, where you do actually get the engine. Without actually looking too much into this, I would imagine that this kind of fits in there somewhere like so, or it could be the other way around. I'm not really too sure. I'd need to look in the instructions there. We do have a few decals for the dashboard as well, which is kind of cool, so we can get those in. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a curbside kit, to be quite honest. But I think I'm going to be spending quite a bit of my time trying to get rid of those bloody awful injector pin marks. There's just too many of them really to ignore. So I'm going to start working on this one, and as soon as I've got some progress on this, I will come back to you. Well, we've got a little bit more work done to this wee beastie. Well, I say a little bit more work, I mean a lot more work actually, because we've basically got the chassis completed now. So we've got the what is the excuse of an engine in the back, and then we've got the all the front suspension and everything in that side. The wheels are on. You get the gear stick for the cab, but that's about it. There's no pedals or anything for it. All I need to do before I do anything else is just put some matte white onto the top of the gear knob there, and everything will be fine. So that's done. I've had to repaint both of the bumpers as well actually. The main reason why I've had to do that was because for some reason, I don't know why, when I put the gloss clear on there, it went back to looking like it was just grey plastic. I don't know why, but I've put another couple of coats on that, and that should be alright. I've left that now for I think 48 hours, so that'll be more than ready to re-gloss as well. And I had to do the same for the steering wheel and the steering wheel column as well, and also the license plates. So they need to be cleared, and that's great. I also re-shot the dashboard as well, because that was looking a bit grey in some areas. So I just decided to quickly reshoot that. I've still got a couple of bits on there left to paint. Well, I've still got the two decals to go, one in there, one in there. We've got the radio itself as well. That needs to be done in matte black. The buttons for the radio in silver. The instructions call for this to be done in a tan, but I'm just going to do that in silver, I think. And then we got this little button here that says just paint it in clear red, which would look a bit odd, so I'm just going to paint that in silver first, then I'll coat that in red. But I'll do that after I've got the decals in and I've cleared it. It's going to be easier to do it that way. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. So we're not really too far away from getting this wee beastie built. So hopefully, keeping all the extremities crossed, I should be able to get this buttoned up in this video. Well, we now got the little Type 2 delivery van finished now, and it's looking quite good. It's not a bad little kit, to be fair. I mean, it is lacking somewhat in detail. I mean, none of the doors open or anything, and it does lack interior detail to it, unlike the Revell kit, which is fairly difficult to build actually, to be fair, because it is a bit of a pain in the bum, that kit. I've built one before. Even though it's got all the detail parts to it, putting it together is a bit of a pain in the bum, because the actual shell of the van is made in several different pieces, which makes it, as I say, a little bit of a pain in the bum to put together. But there you go. But yeah, if we start off on this side, so we've got that's the driver's side, and then if we just sort of bring it round to the front, one of the things that this is lacking is the big indicators at the front there. They don't actually have glass covering them for some strange reason. I don't know why. It's a bit weird. And there's the passenger side of the van, and then that's the rear of the van. And again, with the rear lights, for some reason, no glass for the lights at all, which again is a bit weird. Obviously that's the roof that you've just seen, and that's what it looks like on the bottom. This one does actually come with posable wheels, which is kind of cool. I can't remember whether the Revell kit does that or not, to be fair. But again, if you look inside, yep, you should be able to hopefully see. There you go. You can just about see some of the details on the inside there. Not too many though, but yeah. And then if we just push it that way through, you might... No, unfortunately you're not going to be able to see too many details in that at all. But yeah, it's not a bad little kit actually, to be fair. I do like it. The only thing that I would do differently, I believe, if I was doing this again, I think it would have helped if I would have put either a yellow or a silver base down before I put the pearl yellow down, because it is kind of quite translucent, and just putting it over the grey primer has actually dulled the paint down quite a bit. But hey ho, never mind, you learn by these things. As I say, I've enjoyed building that kit. The other thing that I'm doing as well, actually, to be fair, for the rest of this year, I'm going to just dedicate every single build that I do to the celebration of Chris Cortell's life. I think really for what he's done for the community, it's the least I can do as a modeler to sort of celebrate his life and build as many models as I can throughout the rest of the year to dedicate to Chris, really. I know Kenny May has left the group build open until the end of the year, so it's really gives me a perfect excuse to do so, to be fair. So I'm going to leave it about there, guys, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, thanks for watching, and as always, please do take care.